Hello again, everyone. How are we? We have just, of course, been online a little while ago. So if you saw the draft show, welcome in. We'll talk about the draft in a second. Gavin Brash in with a resub. Appreciate you, my man. 3 months subbed. Very kind indeed. Very kind indeed. We love you a lot. We'll talk about the Super League in a second. We'll sort of go back through the team, see what people think. Gav, if you're in, we'll chat about your team as well. Actually, give us a bit of a steer on what you're reckoning as well. But more importantly, the Super League, Tony. More importantly, last night, of course, some of you remember, we left Linfield. And eventually, after 2.5 hours of absolute nonsense, we got ourselves a new club. And that new club is Oxford. So let's try and establish what happened here, okay? Like, Rogie wants us to try and break down the nonsense for those of us who missed it. Okay, so what happened, Rogie, was we were looking at various clubs to try and take over. Now, of course, Dunfermline were available there, known as the Pars, and forgive me, I can't remember who was talking about the club and saying that the Pars was because of the naval base. Now they were sort of saying, look, we can't go there because there's a naval base there. I said, well, it's just a thing, innit? So we were I then, as I do, go off on a bit of a tangent and said, right, no teams that play near water, so we have to have a landlocked save. So, of course, Coventry is the most landlocked place in England, so we could go there, that's easy, but we wanted to go to Scotland. So then we pulled up a map, we pulled up Google Maps. Ricochet, welcome in. Draft was fine, I think, to be honest. We'll run through the draft in a second. I'll show you who I think I've picked, and who I think is alright, and who I think maybe might need to be slightly better. But yeah, so I got a map out, and we were going through everywhere, of course, that's in Scotland, hilly areas as well. We thought, let's get away from anywhere that's definitely got water, whether it be a stream, whether it be a lake, whether it be an estuary, a viaduct, a reservoir. And then it turned out that the army work on land, so we thought, shit, can't really be like managing a team on land. So then we considered the air, but then of course that's where the Air Force go. And then I was like, well, the next step, of course, is the moon. So at that point we went intergalactic, and I think my head fell off a little bit. So I don't really know. I can't really explain it fully. It's definitely one of those ones where you've got to go back and watch the VOD. Rogie, I'm entirely unsurprised at the sequence of events. Oh yeah, of course, I forgot about that. Yeah, a mad scientist is going to make the intergalactic database, so very much looking forward to that, to see how it goes on. But in the end, after 2.5 hours, we found ourselves at Oxford. This is the problem, Razio. The Earth itself is 70% water, 80% water. Most of it is water in the UK. The UK is like this big in the grand scheme of things. So, do you know what I mean? We're always going to find ourselves near a club with water. So the plan was, of course, to go to Scotland, right? It was to go to Scotland. Unfortunately, Dumbarton turned us down, Stirling turned us down, and Dunfermline turned us down. Okay, so we had no other options. Oxford over here have just been relegated from League 2. Okay, so the plan wasn't to go to England, but they were relegated on goal difference. Okay, them Oxford, Gateshead and Northampton all level on goal difference. Okay, and have gone down by 2 goals. Now what's going to happen now is we go into the National League. Okay, there are 7 places for the playoffs. Okay, so we should theoretically be able to aim towards those 7 positions to get ourselves back up. Plus there is also a cup competition to aim for, the FA Trophy, right? So we can go for that, and of course the FA Cup as well, but we're not going to get that. The FA Trophy might be reasonable, so we can maybe do that, and of course we've got the playoffs as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and get ourselves fixed up with Oxford. We've got a reasonable setup, to be honest. 28 grand a week. We're currently spending just shy of 30. We have 138 grand in the transfer budget. Obviously we haven't ticked through to the next thing to sort of go like, look, here we go. Let's just put 4-4-2 in there for now, just so we can have some sort of tactic in there. We've got some players who are upset, big players as well, actually. Keenan Appiah Forson, he obviously is upset because we've been relegated. This feels a lot like when we've turned up a Portadown, to be honest, and we're trying to fix the whole Portadown issue, but let's see what we can do. But so transfer value between 85 and 500 grand. So if we can get some money for him, then that would essentially cover us for most of the season, I think, to be honest. He is probably I'm going to say, without even looking at it, I'm guessing he's probably one of our best players. Okay, so he's wanting to go. Mohamed Bangura wants to go. Show me them new gens. We're going to get your new gen as well. Don't worry, Rogie. Kadam Archery is not just available for loan A15. Kadam Archery's contract is expiring. So if we can move these players off, first thing we're doing is going for Bailey Kadam Archery. I don't want to go for him right now because I don't want to worry about missing him. He's on 700 quid a week wages now. That's not high for us, but I worry if we can go for it. A fringe player. Only wants to be a fringe player. What can we offer? What can we go up to? We can do the whole thing. Right, let's give him 800 grand. 2-year deal, let's say. Get him in 1,400 quid. Do you reckon you do 12? 1,200 quid as a fringe player. Oh. Now we're talking. Right, we might be getting Bailey Kadam Archery straight away. Vaughan Colville is wanting to leave as well, sadly. He's an American player. He's wanted by Sheffield Wednesday. So he's going to go out there. Callum McDonald as well, a Scottish player, is also wanting to leave. So I guess we have to have a quick look then at what's going to be happening here. So this is, do some training there for that. I'm going to keep that there for now. Positioning training we'll keep because we're not entirely sure about what these players are doing just yet. We need to, of course, learn about them. Adam Philly looks like a half-decent player, mind. Did I say sadly he's an American player? Did I say that? Surely I didn't say sadly he's an American player. I wouldn't have meant it if we did. Billy Phillips is an option there for you, Rogie. Robbie Fowler is a coach. Isaac Fuente looks like a decent player as well, to be honest. I didn't mean to say sadly he's an American player. If I did say that, I'm terribly sorry. Moz has put the file in the Discord. Excellent. Good stuff. We ran off saying who's leaving sadly and immediately went he's an American. Yeah, sounds like the sort of thing that I would do. So let's have a look then, Rogie. Who are you wanting from the under-21s? We've got, for actually the club vision itself, who does the club say is the best young player? The best young player is Adam Piley, a right midfielder. He doesn't look too bad, to be honest. He doesn't look too bad. 13 for dribbling, free kicks 12, flair 15. Keeney, how long before this descended to chaos like last night? I mean, mate, like seconds, to be honest. Absolutely seconds. Okay, Adam Piley then. What are we going for then? Let's have a look. Is Duffy available? Get Duffman in as well. The black shirt, Knutsford is. Bear with me 2 seconds. So the black shirt is Oddball Club from Norway. So yeah, we had a link up with them last year on FM23. They were very, very kind to us. They sent us a whole bunch of kit and shirts for the kids, scarves, coffee cups. We were their esports manager for a little while. Sadly though, my contact at the club has now left the club, so that's a bit of a shame. But hey, you know, they were super cool, and we thoroughly appreciated all the effort and the support that they gave us. So that's going to hang in the stream all the time, to be honest. So what do you want for your name, Rogie? By the way, give us a name. He's just going Brazilian. I'm just going to call him Rogie. Okay, fine, that's cool. Rogie. There's the man, the myth, the legend. Rogie is the guy, right? And where's Duff? There is Joe Duffy at Bolton, fringe player. They want a contribution. Let's see if we can do it for nothing, though. That can be the contribution, right? End of the season. Playing as an Ganj? I don't think so. 40,000 TJ tokens, well spent. Fjord power indeed. Absolutely. So, right, let's have a look at the squad then, okay? Squad planners. at the ready. Speaking of squad planners, we'll then go through the draft in a second as well. Toll. Well, I'll tell you what, let's work out what we've got then in terms of players that we already had. Player I do want, not just Toll at St Mirren. Where's our other guy? Where's our other guy at St Mirren? Chevron James. We want him as well, don't we? He'll be the guy. He will be the guy. Alexandra Georgina, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Alfie Doughty. We also need to look as well at players that have been released from the Premier League. So tonight's going to be very much an admin stream, okay, which we're all cool with. We enjoy the admin streams on FM. So let's quickly go through it all then, okay? Dimitar Mitov is our 6'3" Bulgarian goalkeeper. Dun, 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 dun. Uses long throws to start counter-attacks. Love that. Love that. But yes, not quite good enough, sadly. He's probably fine as a backup. But yeah, he'll definitely do for now. 66 goals conceded last year is going to be a bit of an issue, I think, to be honest. He's fine for the league we're in. I agree. He's not. We don't desperately need a goalkeeper right now. He's maybe the issue was in front of him, possibly. Okay, we've got Charlie Granger here, who's another backup goalkeeper. I think he's worse. I don't think he's any good at all. Right, 36 goals for 60 conceded. Yeah, but think about the rest of the picture though. A15, like. We haven't got to the centre backs yet. We haven't got to the central midfielders yet. We haven't got to the wing backs yet. We don't know what's in front of him. We've just instantly, the first thing we looked at is a big Bulgarian goalkeeper. Went, you're to blame. Like, we don't know. He might well be to blame. And we come back and we go, actually, the only position we need to upgrade is the goalkeeper. But for now, based on what I've just seen there, compared to Dan Wilkes there or Charlie Granger, he's 100% the better goalkeeper. Like, handling of 13, kicking of 13, reflexes of 14, vision's not brilliant, so maybe this is the thing. Maybe he throws the ball out, but he throws it badly, so he's throwing it straight to the opposition. That could be a problem, you know. Aerial reach is 13, command of areas 12, agility is 13, throwing, his eccentricity is 10, so it's not that bad. As a goalkeeper, he's not terrible. He's not terrible for, especially for National League. He's got some greens, which you probably would expect, you know, in this division. So I don't think he's the worst goalkeeper. Is he the best goalkeeper at £1,300 a week? Maybe not, but we'll see. As I say, other goalkeepers, I just don't think there's enough there. We could even be looking at getting rid of those two goalkeepers, to be honest. If at the end of the transfer window, Mitov is the backup, we've done amazing. Okay. So right back, Sam Long, 33 years old. 33 years young, we should say, to be honest. Don't want to turn the squad over too much. We did that at Portadown, remember, Rogie? We did that. We had a massive overhaul of players, and it backfired. So let's not do that. Sam Long there, right back, played really well by all accounts last year. 43 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 4 player of the matches. So not that bad, really, in terms of his defensive work. Open play, expected assists much higher than what he was expected to do. His penalties were good. His progressive passes were good. I think defensively is where we need to look at. More blocks, more tackles attempted. I think I told you the same at Portadown. You did, but you know, like, we listen later, right? Loads of distance covered, loads of sprints. Excellent, highly creative, lots of tackles. This guy's actually pretty handy, to be honest. Evening Miro Dakana, welcome in. And of course, Danny Emu as well on Twitch there. Michael Roziak. Could be a midfielder, could be a right back. Wanted by Auxerre, Paris, Kaiserslautern, Sao Paulo, Werder Bremen, Genoa, Augsburg. He's exploring his options at the end of the season. Oh, I think we're losing a player at this point. He looks like he could be a good player, and I think we're about to lose him. He's on 900 quid a week. Let's see if he can... Is he going to stay? Defensive midfielder, DLP. Nice. Long-term prospects. Get back up. Let's give him the first team job, shall we? 1,400 quid. He's a fullback by all accounts. He's on loan to Oxford. Oh, okay. Well, that's even better then. He's currently 975 quid a week. Millwall will be due £700,000 in compensation. Just wait for that little graphic to go. That's right next to there. Millwall will be due £700,000 in compensation. Walk away. That's what they say. We ain't going to be able to afford that. So Sam Long is our only right back at the minute. Okay? Yeah. So he would be good, but we don't have another right back at this point. We'll have a look at the youngsters, see if anyone's going to come through. Centre halves, still Sam Long's in there. Callum McDonald is in, but he's probably a left back. Sam Roscoe does a job, 6'5", 30 years old. He could be in there doing some things. And Luke Woolston doesn't quite look good enough, to be honest. So I think it's worrying, whereby the best centre back we've got is a full back. So centre backs, 2 centre backs we need, 2. So already goalkeeper seems less important, and that's potentially why we're conceding loads of goals. Okay. Callum McDonald, best left back. Yeah, exactly, Rogue. You see, now we're looking at it going, right, let's look behind the numbers and go, oh, why did he concede so much? Oh yeah, because he had nothing in front of them. Roscoe is ex-Winfield. He is indeed. We tried to get him back to Winfield, remember, as well. So the club are already saying that Rogue's in with a shout at being pushing for that right wing position, so that's cool. Along with Vaughan Colville, who may or may not be leaving, so right midfield could be an issue. Forson, of course, we need the centre midfield. We need him. Mohamed Bangura also looking to leave. Teddy Lawrence doesn't look too good, really, does he? He's might not have the required ability or potential. Luke Woolston, again, might not be that good. Right, so we're lacking, and again, left backs, left midfield could be an issue. I genuinely think this is a rebuild job. This is an absolute rebuild job. We've just got 20 winning games on stream. You want to play 3 at the back? I mean, we are potentially in a situation. He could maybe play right wing, actually. Aidan Elliott. Put him there. 6'5". Look at this lad. Aidan Elliott Wheeler. Okay. 6'5", 22. Dribbling and crossing, pretty decent for this division. Jumping reach of 17. Acceleration's okay. I mean, as a wide target man, maybe. Could be an option. Runs with the ball down the right, moves the ball on his right foot before dribbling. Okay. He's maybe a plan. We don't know. Curtis haven't had, maybe so not. Craig Charles, of course, as well up there. I think it's an all over the pitch job, isn't it? We need a bit of everything. So, right, let's have a quick look then. Work out who's going to get released. Craig Charles, one of the bloke from Robot Wars. That's exactly who it is. It's exactly who it is. I'm going to use the Winfield tactic. Oh, I'd rather not, but I think we might have to. Any of the decent new gens available. So Isaac Fuente I quite like. I'm going to move him into the first team, actually, because I think he's quite good. I'm going to move Billy Phillips into the first team. Knocks the ball past opponents, finishing of 14, flair of 12, playing up front with Bailey Cadamarteri. I mean, that could be good, right? Rafferty Gilmore. Not for me. Not for me. I don't think there's enough there for Rafferty. Fraser Brivio. If you have Cadamarteri, the best tactic was that we got the best out of him. Where can I rename the Fuente one? You can do, Rajo, yeah, because you're old one as well, aren't you? So yes. What would you like him to be? Nicky Morgan isn't dreadful, but lacks some bits. Billy Phillips has better finishing actually than the strikers we have in the first team. He does, but he lacks a little bit. Frank Marmalade. You want to change Isaac Fuente to Frank Marmalade? Okay, fair enough. Frank Marmalade there. There you go. Okay, happy? Frank Marmalade in the house. Frank Cooper's Oxford Marmalade. I knew there'd be a reason. And it wasn't just ridiculousness. So these are some players we've got on loan. Katsun Yunka, Zimbabwean. Aren't we due another virtual Gudger soon? Probably. Every few streams there's another Gudger on his way. Like if I was Mrs. Gudger, I'd be sat there going, "No, Dave, no more new gens for you." You know. Daniel Davis looks pretty handy from QPR. Looks pretty decent. Brian Galvin's on loan. Is he playing up front? Because he looks reasonable as well, doesn't he? On loan from Sunderland, 9.4 to 11.5 million potentially. If we can we extend that loan? Testing a different environment. Thought so. But Adam Larson doesn't quite look like he's got that either. Very quick though, very quick. Maybe as a winger. Right, okay, so let's not beat around the bush then, chat. This is going to be a rebuild stream. Again, of course it is. We don't do anything else. We don't do anything but rebuild streams at this point. We don't know much about the league. We don't know how much we've got into this point. Who is about to be leaving? Love a rebuild stream. Well, they're either great or they're not, aren't they? That's the issue, right? They're either brilliant or it's just like, oh, we've done it wrong again. Ronnie Nelson, is he someone we're going to want to keep? Please remember to keep player suggestions vaguely sensible. Yes, exactly, Rogie. Like, because here's the thing, okay? We don't want to have to put a channel point redemption on player lookups. Basically because we play with attribute masking on, so a lot of the suggestions that you put in will still need to be scouted or trialed in the first place. Plus we're in 2028, so that's also going to be an issue, okay? But we're not against looking at players, obviously. You know, the more players we can get to think about, the better. But as Rogie said, be a little bit sensible with some of these picks, because sometimes it's like, oh, try Erling Haaland. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, you know. Let's have a quick little look then at some of these released players, shall we? San Christian Pulisic, yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, get the Linfield goalkeeper on loan. Oh, did we not buy him outright? I think we bought him outright, actually, but we'll have a look. Serge Aurier has been released. They say Milinkovic Savic is a no. I think he's at Ebbsfleet now, so we might struggle. He's not a no, he's a not yet. That's all it is. John Egan, is he still? I was going to say, is he still played? No, clearly not. Staffing wise, well, let's have a quick look at staffing. So staffing, we seem fine-ish. Scout data is very good. Sports science is very good. Right. We might not be in the worst spot. I hate to say that out loud. Do hate to say that out loud. Expiring in 1 month. Let's see if there's anyone available that's interested. Majid Hosseini from Basel, Iranian central defender, 6.5 grand. I don't think we're gonna get him. He's not the guy. Bailey Kadamatari is the guy. Harry Mills. You don't come on a trial? You can't really come on a trial, can you? You have to wait until your contract expires. Pierce Sweeney, 33. Advance until Bailey's confirmed. What do we think here? 33 years old, playing at Morecambe. All the released players from Scotland, they're on the 31st of May. Oh, that's a good shout. He looks alright as well, actually. Finn Cousin Dawson. Sweeney's slow. He is, but then again, so are we. 33 is too old. 25-year-old Owen Dodgson. Maybe. Cousin Dawson's a no as well. Sorry to all you 33 plus people. I mean, thanks, Rogie. Like, brilliant, yeah. 6'2", 27 years old. Jacob Mensah. I mean, if he's in Mensa, then he's dead clever at that, right? Jumping reach, pretty decent. Heading, average enough. Marking's fine. Tackling's fine. Oxford want to sign younger players. Good point. Good point, Raggio. Good point. I've been here seconds and already I've forgotten that. I'm just like, let's sign all these 42-year-olds. And it's like, you're not meant to. You're not meant to. Get him here as well. Let's go back to that little bit then about the transfers for Scotland. Scotland. Should we put Northern Ireland as well? Right, let's see. Let's see. Huge. I mean, younger to Tony is 30, so 35. Exactly. Let's see what got released, shall we? So Sean Want got released. Evening, Callum. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Good work on the playoffs tonight, by the way. The playoffs, the Super League, I should say. Sorry. I'm reasonably happy with the draft, to be honest. I think there's one or two positions that I think I maybe have a little bit of lacking in, but yeah, I think overall I'm pretty chuffed. Can't really complain too much. I mean, you know, I feel bad that you've backed me, so that's one of those things. But we'll go in, we'll have some fun, we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I think it was good. 64 strikers is the only way. It's the only way. You gotta have some striking options. I just kept getting excited. I was like, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you haven't got enough strikers. You know, that's the thing. So I don't want to be in that position going, oh, games tied at 4-4. I've only got 6 strikers on. You know, how many more strikers am I, what if I need someone to change the game? So that's what it is. We've only been on for about maybe half an hour, Nige. I don't know why the alert's not showing. Actually, it should come through, but I'm not sure if it does. I think there's a bit of an issue with Twitch at the minute, so we'll try and keep that one up. Evening into the Fox. How are you, pal? Welcome in. We've all been there. Where's my 7th striker? Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you just need to have that extra thing, don't you? Just like, right, just need something. Right, let's cancel Sweeney, even though he's a bit too old. Mensah will bring in. And we're not happy with Cousins Dawson either, are we not? Let's have a look at him. Yeah, Hughes is back on trial. Do check May. Oh, so it's May we've got to go for. That's right. Hughes, surplus to requirements? I don't think so. I don't think he can be surplus. He would be a big signing though, Nige. He'll be a big signing. The player we're trying to get Bailey Kadamari in, which is a thing. And look at Dawson Cousins. Maybe not too bad as your assistant seeing TJ Bull. I haven't got an assistant, Rogie, that's the thing. We haven't got one yet. Just styling out ourselves for the minute. Just gotta play the way we gotta play it. Just turn up, do your thing. If you've got an assistant manager, then you know, that's cool. Do your thing, do it your way. You know, however you want to do it. So Scotland may release players. There we go. He's got 25 assistants in the chat. That's what Nigel's got it covered. Nigel knows what's going on. Have a look for the Linfield goalkeeper. He has whoever was last seen reporting TJ Ball. Kyle Hewlin is a star player. Hewlin is a star player. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows that. He is looking at an option out, but it's next season though. That's the thing. Would prefer not to play for Arsenal. Reluctant to let him go on loan. Let's have a think. That guy there, he is very good. He's very good indeed. He was our goalkeeper at Linfield. Plus, of course, there's Johnny Madhead. We could maybe bring back in as well. Tony's a strong independent manager. He doesn't need no assistant. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? You know? I've come here to draft and eat bubblegum, and I'm all out of drafting. We could go for steam power. £1 million. We don't have that sort of money, do we? We don't have £400,000 either. I wonder if we can get O'Brien. Like, let's just literally see if we can rebuild the Linfield team. We can just rebuild it, but in like the National League. They got rid of a lot of players, didn't they? They did get rid of a lot of players. Literally everybody's gone. Who went? Let's have a look at who they've released, because if they've released some big names, Sean Want obviously went. There's a couple of players I'm looking at. I'm like, I wonder where they are, because we definitely remember signing them. Why does the AI always destroy our team? I mean, I don't know how they're going to get on, Callum, in the Champions League without some of the players that we brought in. Like, I just don't get it. Just don't get it. There's Powell Sullivan. Where's he gone? He is still there for now. Seems like he's going to get booted out as well at some point. But Shane Dunn's gone back. Kieran Evans is still there. Kieran Evans is maybe a shout, isn't it? Can maybe have another look at him, possibly. Owen Toll, of course, we know about. Stephen Douglas, is he worth another little look at? He's only 5'5", though. What we're trying to work out at this point, chat, is can we rebuild what we had at Linfield, but in the National League? And by rebuild, I mean have the same team, essentially. Let's go back to where we are. Let's go back to the thing we're actually here for, looking for released players. Let the AI destroy our team. Let them do what they want to do. Right? It's fine. Only trouble is at this point is we're now trying to find players that could be anything. All those players are retired. Scroll down. Free transfers. Right. Clinton Matter. Jed Steer. McFadden. Corey Woodrow. Still a player. 33. Can't really sign him in, can we? Evening, Rob Wilson. How are you, pal? Nice to see you in. How did last night's stream end? You're looking for new options. Oxford, yeah, Oxford's where we ended out. This is where we got to. We'll work out who they went and replaced me with in a second. Actually, we'll have a little look at that shortly. But we've got a lot of stuff we need to do tonight, which is basically going to be rebuilding Oxford by the looks of it. You know, lots of things we need to look at. As expected in this division, loads of players on loan, which means, therefore, loads of players to be replaced. Who doesn't love a rebuild? Well, this is the thing. A rebuild is good if it's in the hands of the right person. And I don't know if I'm the right person, Callum. Like, sometimes I feel as though I'm the right person, but other times, the clubs will tell you not so much. So, don't know. Not sure. Whereabouts are you at with yours then, Callum, at this point? Because you were, of course, at one point flying high. George Burrows, he was at Portadown. 6-2. Yes, more water, of course. Good shout, Mr. Imo. Completed the summer, we've got to win the league this year. Nice. I was about to say, why do I get the feeling Charlie Lindsay was a half-decent player? Get him on trial as well. And it's going to be about loans, really, isn't it, at this point, in this division? Get some good loan players in. Try and push on from that point. Make ourselves hard to beat. Use the fact that we're coming in with probably one of the biggest reps, but try and use it to our advantage, because again, it could be a bit of an issue. Teams are going to raise their game. I guess because we don't know what players we've got, we can sort of pick a style and pick a formation based on what we're going to recruit for. And we can literally recruit for that style, because the entire spine of the team's gone. So that's a bit of a shame. Kyle McGuinness, 29, he's probably going to be a bit old, isn't he? Dundee United want him as well. Mitchell Lawson, Sam Barnes. I think we've already skipped back up to the top, haven't we? This is the problem in it with sometimes on this. Ryan Hardy, as you're kind of pressing forward. Just missed Ryan Hardy, have we? There he is. 31 though. 31, and if they're expecting younger signings, then might be a bit of a difficult one. McGuinness is a good player, says Dave. Extremely injury prone. Yeah, I think that could be a concern. I think the wages are going to be an issue as well, to be honest. Connor Shields, I mean, as I say, the club are wanting us to sign younger players, which was well remembered by the chat, not so much by me, the manager. The chat were like, Gaffer, you need to remember we're only supposed to sign youngsters here. Like, oh, champion, good point. I totally knew. So yeah, I think anyone who's getting into that age bracket, all of a sudden is out of our reach, to be honest. Does give you the opportunity to get better. The spine can't have been that good if they were relegated. That's one way of looking at it, I guess. That's definitely a way of looking at it. Do we end up in the leaderboards at any point? No, of course we don't. Of course we don't win in the leaderboards. Why would we be? Sam Barnes has rejected the chance to go to Oxford. Where were you playing, Sam Barnes? Oh, Aberdeen, that's why. Where? That's not even a real place. Time to rest to get Canavario and Duffy back. Fingers crossed. So, in terms of drafting then, let's have a little think. Right, let's have a little think, okay? This is what we've got for... I'm going to read you out my team. Let me know what you think, okay? Callum Lindsay, fringe player who could improve. Yeah, there's a couple of holes in there, isn't it? Expectations, reach the playoffs, 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup, and the 3rd round of the FA Trophy. That's what we're expected. Wage budget of 28,500. Net transfer budget of £138. Okay? This is where we are. This is where we're going to be. Okay? Jamari Clark has been taken off our shortlist, but we're going to put him back on because he fits our profile. Try and take all that away though, because we ain't paying that sort of money. Right, here's what we're looking at. Have a bit of a think about this one, okay? Are we sitting comfortably? Then it's time to begin. We've got in goal Bunu, who I think's decent enough. We've got defenders, we've got Dest, we've got De Vrij, we've got Tamori, we've got Regani, we've got Ostergaard, we've got Nianzou, we've got Augustinson, we've got Lemar, we've got Zaniolo in midfield, we've got McKennie, we've got Pogba, we've got Koopmeiners, we've got Molina, we've got Musa Barrow, and then we've got all of the forwards. We've got Giroud, we've got Abraham, we've got Dybala, we've got Belotti. Molina, by the way, can play all over the place and was about 900 grand because we ran out of money towards the end. Not even that, I think about 400 grand possibly. So we'll see how we go on. Callum's already backed us to win because Callum's a very, very smart person and figured that what we've done there is decent. If you're looking for a decent lower league winger, have a look at Stephen Duke McKenna and Jack Rolls. We'll have a little look at them. Callum is an uneducated man. Callum is a very smart man. Callum knows that he can pretty much secure himself a permanent contract with the playoffs if he makes some smart decisions. So all I have to say is, Tony, don't look at Discord. Let's have a look at Discord. What's going on there then? I mean, whatever's happening is irrelevant essentially, you know? Let's see. have a quick little look through. Assistant manager's done Tony Jameson a dirty here. Oh, Stick's beat me 8-2 on the on that. That's fine. I've beaten Stick in real life, so we can have that one. That's fine. Nice and easy. And I guess that's it, to be honest. No stream for Tony for a while. Yeah, that's fine. That's just one. That's one game. Let the AI do that. That's fine. As I say, we'll come back and we'll beat Stick again properly. So it'll be fine. Evening, Tomo. How are you, pal? Welcome. Hope you're good. Get it up. You just picked the wrong one. Still love you. Look, it's going to be one of those things. George says, welcome in the Oxford Bulls soccer team. It's got a bit of a feel to that, hasn't it, George? A bit of a feel, just because I picked I did pick the wrong animal. I'll be honest. I absolutely picked the wrong animal. Owen, how many panelists have you got in your pocket? What's going on, mate? I've got they're just picking what they see. There's a decent squad there. I don't understand this whole thing about me being crap at drafting. The numbers speak for themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, we look at the trophies that we've won. We look at the people that we've beaten. Like, out of the teams that we've got to play in the Super League this week, I've beaten Stick. I've beaten Hood. I've not played against RDF. I've not played against Ali. I've not played against. I know I've beaten Mozza and lost to Mozza in the scalp thing, and I've not played Gav. And Grimmy's the one. Grimmy's the one who's the guy I'm worried about, because he's got my number. Everyone else, fine. It's gonna be all right. Grimmy's the dark horse. Grimmy knows how to grind out a result. That's what it is. And yeah, it doesn't matter what I've got. I've not been able to get him, but maybe this time. The interesting thing was that me and RDF were texting earlier, and we both texted the same tactic to use. So that's going to be interesting. So whether or not either of us stick with that or not, whether we change our minds, who knows? Bit of gamesmanship possibly. Maybe we put on a show. Who knows? Loads of things to pick from. But yeah, just see what happens, innit? Just vibes. Go and do our thing. It's all fun and games. We'll see where we end up. Should we let RDF use his tactic? It's not his tactic. It's two separate tactics. Brash, I've not played you in Moz or RDF, beaten Stick and Ali, only lost to Gribby and Hood. See? There you go. See, Brash is in the same. You know what I mean? Your attack versus RDF's defense should be interesting. Exactly. Especially when I'm sat on a low block counter-attack. Just refusing to go forward. And then, bang, long balls over the top. Brilliant. Easy. And if I end up having to play football by accident, then woe betide yous, the lot of yous, right? You'll all know about it. So, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. In the chat, by the way, if you're wondering what's going on, 6 o'clock on Sunday. Come to 6 o'clock. Come and see that. It's the FM play. It's the FM streamer showdown, isn't it? The FM Super League. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Yes. I don't know. I'm that much slowed up with cold at the minute. I'm not sort of like looking at who's going to be what or where, but found 2 shadow strikers behind advanced forward, pulls the defenders all over the place. You score a load of goals. It can do, Scott. Can do. Depends upon who those players are, obviously. But there is a potential in there. Yes, Mr. Llama. How are you, sir? Of course, massive shout out to FM Llama and his YouTube channel. Let's go get his YouTube channel up for you as Gavin Brash posts the only bit of truth that we've seen tonight. Me versus Brash in the final. Might as well. It's the best time for us to both meet each other for the first time, isn't it, Lam? Isn't it, Brash? Get to the final. Go right. That's where we're going to meet it. Do it now. Because why not? Why not? We kick off our campaign with Oxford at home to Aldershot. Then we're away to South Shields. I can go back home for a little bit. Bromley, Dartford, Maidstone, Stevenage, Darlow, Newtonborough, Hartlepool, Wrexham, Oldham, and York. That's the start. We've shared a pool cue before. Yeah, We have shared a pool cue, and we shared a. We also, of course, shared a couple of hooches. So old school formation. Play 3-2-3-5. Could do. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say my tactic at this point because I haven't fully decided on what I want. I've got 3 tactics to pick from, and I think I've got the players that can play in all 3 formations. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm going, right, do I go attacking? Do I go defensive? Do I go sort of like possession based? I think we've got the players that can play in a number of ways, and I think that's quite exciting, to be honest. So very excited to see how we get on. Jimmy Gower, quick, first touch is all right, determination's fine, could be an option. We had a lot of fun. 27 years old, Nathaniel Ogbeta. 27's a little bit too old, though, isn't it? Good first touch, mind. Hiram Boateng, 32. He is a bit too old. Finley Armstrong, 6'1", handy enough. There's a couple, as I say, like, if I'm being brutally honest, I think there's a couple of positions that I think I would have preferred a bit more depth. But Lewis, appreciate the fallback. I've only just seen that as cropped up. 1 or 2 positions I think could done with a little bit more depth, but that's not to say that I haven't got the starters that I want. But I think it's going to be fine. We'll go and we'll have some fun on Sunday, and whatever it is. It's just don't take it too seriously. That's the thing. Don't take it too seriously, and we'll be fine. There'll be people in there who take it far too seriously. We know that. Just let them do it. Wish I was a bit deeper at left midfield. Yeah, I think my midfield's fine. I just think it's just fine. There's like maybe another defensive midfield in there would have been good. Maybe another fullback, but there wasn't really anyone that was jumping out at me. But again, that would have just been for rotation options. So we'll see. I think what I've got is good. I got most of what I wanted. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 players I was sort of like, oh, it would have been nice if we would have had him, but hey, never mind. Not a problem. We haven't lost anyone badly. So yeah, it's fine. Federal Ross Lang. We still haven't signed anybody yet for Oxford at the minute. Peruvian midfielder Ryan Chavez Munoz. Sonny Davis, not really that good, is he? Don't necessarily have I want this 11, but there's players I know roughly how long they've played there. Yeah, see, this is the thing, like there's players that I have an idea of that I'm like, right, they will work in the system that I've got, and they will work in the other system that I want to play. And that's the important thing. That's the important thing now, is trying to get these players that work in both systems. So, pretty sure I've got enough versatility in there. Pretty sure I've got enough positions covered. Whether I've got enough positions covered to the level I need, I don't know. Osman, Demiral, De Lorenzo, Alberto, Di Maria, and Musts. Yeah, Luis Alberto was a guy I was like, if I can get him, that'll be interesting. But I've got Pogba, so we'll just play with Pogba instead. And Pogba has been, some people it doesn't work for. It doesn't work for Pogba, but I've had Pogba singing before. I hope for the same again. Definitely hope for the same again. Because if not, then we'll see. Fekir would have been the other choice, but Alberto's far better on comparison. I think Alberto gives you a little bit more. I think he does. I think Fekir plays amazing in certain systems, but I think that Alberto, I think just you can sit him deeper, you can play him higher, you can play him really deep if needs be. Definitely a bit of versatility in there. Right, let's meet the media then. Hello, Abigail Grant from the non-league paper. This is where we are. I am very happy to be here. I am excited about the future. Let's go for this. Can you offer some insight into your feelings regarding your resignation at Linfield? I mean, look, let's just be happy that we're here, right? Over your career, you've become well known for your distinctive brand of football. Yes, I have. Back-to-back dead intense one-to-one interviews. Exactly. You again. Hello. Can we talk about your previous job? You chose to resign. Do you have any regrets in leaving? Hey, look. Yes, but this is the thing. We're here where we are, you know. Abigail Grant, she's the tongue of a viper and the patience of a honey badger. Oh, she's got it out for me. Like, not as bad as the lad over at Banbridge, mine. He hated me from day one, Llama. Remember him? He was never on my side. No. What's British Steel, asks Penners. This is what it is, mate. This is the thing. In fact, we need to update this as well, don't we? It's not 36. It's not 34 trophies. It's 36 trophies. Sadly, it just gets bigger and bigger. That's what she said. One day we'll be working with the TJ altar. Eventually, we'll see. We'll see. Mrs. J straight in there, just like, you know, with cutting remarks. I agree wholeheartedly, Mrs. J. Taking Scottish League 2 off my list. One with Elgin in the first season. Get in, Lolosian. There we go. FM has given me a sketchy idea that I can play this game. Don't trust it. This is the thing. This is what I thought. It was all worried, you know. There's like, oh, this is going to be great, you know. We'll get ourselves a league win. That'll be brilliant. But then all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, I think you're good, dear. We'll see. This is where we're currently at, everyone, in the league table of trophies, right? It turns out it's 36, not 34. Okay, we've won 5 so far. We're now into season 7, so we'll update that. And then we'll see where we go from there. So that's Northern Ireland. So we've still got some left in the line. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still left in the line. So we've won half of the trophies available to us over there. Obviously, we've now moved to the National League, which is number 5 there on the English list. So we can hopefully tick that off, and maybe the FA Trophy in this save. Yeah. Obviously, as well, we do need to quickly remember that with something like Oxford, we could potentially, in theory, bounce up a couple of divisions. That could be quite handy because they are sort of set to do that. They could do that. This is one save, Scott Max. So this is like literally this is all of us, and we're just in, and this is going to be the stream save until the end of the cycle. To be honest, Duffy we might be able to get for just wages, taking out the weekly payment. I'm going to hate it if we end up having to do 4-2-3-1 with Oxford or 4-2-3-2 or whatever. Harold R still in. I mean, he's not going to come to us, is he? Let's be honest. No. Dean Corrigan is not going to come here either because it's not the level that we want. Yes, Lord Molyneux. How are you, pal? Oh, hey, Mrs. J. I have dealt with people with razor sharp wit. I've dealt with you for long enough. You put me in my place constantly, you know? 4-2-3-2 will be the formation I'd go with. Gives you a distinct advantage. Yes. See? Llama's with me, thinking outside the box. All these other idiots playing with the right amount of players. Fools. No? Paying a monthly fee doesn't really sound like a great idea, does it? Code of conduct, fine. Meet the players. It was going so well, wasn't it? It was going fine. What's the tactic? We haven't got one yet. We need to think about that, actually. I'm try and work out what we're going to do. So we want to reach the playoffs. That's what we have to tell them. That's what we have to tell the players. Okay. Not going to make any promises just yet, but let's get into the playoffs. That's what we're looking for. Perfect. They're happy. What do we think in terms of tactics then? Are we thinking... well, I guess it's going to depend upon who we bring in, really, isn't it? Because we don't seem to have a midfield at this point. Dorchester want to try and sign Mark Richards on loan. That's fine, he can go on loan for now. It's awkward and silence. Right, lads, we're going to space. It's the only way, Tom. It's the only way. 4-4-2 Diego Simeone. Get in. Everything is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Bailey Calamateri is in. He signed as a fringe player. I can't believe it. I mean, we're already set to go. We're not paying for Duffy, are we? Are we agreed by that? That's just too silly. Tim Mumford, 21-year-old, Galway and Finn Harps. That's not our level, I don't think. When's our first match? 10 days against, and we're playing Ilkeston. So right, okay, let's build a 4-4-2 then. Okay, so let's clear all this, shall we? Control possession or route one. Love you, keep me coming on, working away. Appreciate you, geezer. Very kind indeed. So I think just goalkeeper on defend rather than sweeper keeper. I think we're going to go route one. I'm worried that we're not going to have the poacher is going to be Kadamari, right? So we'll direct, play higher tempo. Sometimes time wasting. Set pieces. Regroup, get the ball up to the target man. Low line. Near target man, we're going to go direct. Well, hopefully we'll get one. Kyle Hewland's in on trial, remember? He's not said no. And let's look at the players that we've brought in on trial so far. Oh, Better's not bad, actually. He's not bad at all. Good Sky Bet League 2 player, potentially. Hughes as the target man would be the option. It would be the obvious pick, really, wouldn't it? Odoato. Need to see how some of these players play, really, don't we? Jacob Mensah. Could be a leading Sky Bet League 2 player. Hewlin, again, they're saying there's not much there. But would he come in just for something? Maybe. I don't know. So Rojak's on his way out, right? There might be better around than him. Yeah, there might be. It's Bangura. How tall is he? 5'11". He could play DLF. And drop in. Wide midfielder. Davies, of course, is on loan. Koval. I think Rogi's going to get a start at this rate. So this is sort of how we're going to be lining up right now. Who's our right back? Oh no, our right back's Sam Long, isn't it? Roscoe. So this is us. This is our first choice 11 at present. Have we tried for Bailey? Oh, hey, Barton, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. Just you wait. Did we try for Bailey? Did we try for Bailey Cadamarteri? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We got him. We got him. We got him in. Oh, we're very, very happy. Can't believe it. We've got our boy in. Recruitment meeting. Yes. Where would you like to strengthen? Yes. This is the thing. We need a lot of players because we don't have good players at this point. So there was a slight issue, Barton, in terms of notifications. So Wilco, appreciate the follow. That's very kind. Thank you very much for that. So what happened was we went live earlier to do some drafting as part of the Super League. Did that. That's going to be on Sunday, by the way. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Everyone, of course, in the chat, do consider coming back and watching that for the PvP side of things. That's going to be pretty cool. But what we did was we then went off and came back on again. So we came back on about 9:30. So we've only been on for about an hour. And we haven't really gone too far, to be honest. So we are just literally trying to have a bit of a look around, see what we've got, and yeah, it's going to be a bit of a admin stream really at this point, taking a bit of a nosy around the Oxford team, see what we've got, see what sort of positions we need to improve, look for players who can get released, look at what we're trying to get in terms of how we're going to set up. This 4-4-2 doesn't quite look right for me at the minute. I think that's wrong. I think we need to have a bit of a nudge on that and change it up, because that's not quite the 4-4-2 that we should be playing. In fact, where is the 4-4-2 we should be playing? Is it the fancy 4-4-2 with the Mazzala and the Carriero? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I think we can play a bit of football in this division, because I think theoretically we should be one of the better teams. If we have a quick little look at the preview, so we're expected to finish 6th, okay? So we're going to be in there or thereabouts at the start, okay? In terms of any players that are going to be there as well, we don't have any players in the team of the season. Ledson, Matthew Booker, what's this guy on loan from Swansea? Oof. I mean, that's a hell of a signing, right? Seems a tad unfair, to be honest, if you ask me. Joe Stanley, 5'5". He looks decent though, but he's a bit too short. Booker T, yeah. Paul Mullen, of course, still up front. Ali Koike, 6'2", Northampton player. So yeah, so we are going to have a bit of a... I think it's going to be a bit of an interesting season, this one, really. Ask for a senior affiliate. Well, the thing is, we've literally only just turned up, so I can't imagine they'll give us an affiliate straight away. We'll get one eventually, but we also have to consider that we may have to stay here for a little while. Now, look, our reputation's already gone down. See, everyone's like, oh, go to England, it'll be fine. Our reputation's already gone down. So, and that also will apply for us looking for coaching badges. Again, exactly the same. I was just literally just as keen as typing that one. Yeah, we won't be able to do coaching badges straight away as well, because again, we've only just turned up, so they're not going to instantly throw us into coaching badges and go like, hey, go and get yourself a new badge and go and make yourself more desirable to other clubs. I can't imagine they're going to do that just yet. So, again, let's hang fire. Let's get started. Let's, get our feet under the table. We're going to have to recruit slightly different how we did before, whereas before I was just like, oh, you know what, let's do it this way. We'll have like a sort of Moneyball style approach and it'll be cool and we can think about things. We need to get out of this division is where we are, right? We need to get out of this division. We need to get out quick. So I haven't got time now to be sitting there going like, oh, in the real world, maybe they do this. I'm going like, now I'm like, right, we need to just move quickly. Okay, so we are going to look for loan players, Premier League level, Division 1 level, Championship level, whatever we can get, right? Try and get players who are better than what we've got and try and get moved on. So Oliver Casey there, better potential than everyone else we've got here. 27 years old, still better potential than any players we've got. 15 for jumping reach, 12 for heading, 12 for marking, tackling's 13, positioning's 13. He is 27. He's coming from Grimsby. Could be a good League One player. A fringe player in his prime, but could still be a good League One player. Don't understand that. Even at 27, he's got a bit of potential about him. So he might be worth trying to lock down, possibly. Going forward, Malachi Boateng from Bromley, 25. What are you saying, Malachi? What does the director of football suggest? We'll have a little look. Ask the director of football as well, because as we say again, we've literally only just pulled up at the club. We haven't been here very long, so we're just trying to get ourselves comfortable, see what's what, see who they can see. So there was no out of contract players they could recommend. Stephen McCall, Alfie Myers-Smith from Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough always have good players coming through the new gen system, so he could be an option. Roger Hugill-Simonite. I mean, he sounds very Oxford, doesn't he? He sounds very, very Oxford indeed. Hello, I'm Roger Hugill-Simonite. Similar player to Dan Happ. If he's similar to him, then that's pretty decent. He's 6'2" and he's 19. I'm going to trial this guy in. Hello, Roger. Roger Hugill-Simonite at your service. What else are they thinking? We want to see about some fullbacks, maybe. Henry Marshall. Again, another Middlesbrough. 6'4", 18. Edwin Simmons. Again, of course, I mean, obviously we won't know about any of these players' abilities. And it's Craig Shaw, the former Derby man, who's acting as our assistant manager at this point. Dave Richards, Cyrus Yagani. He works for SI. Cyrus works for SI. So therefore, he might be pretty decent. Let's get Cyrus in. Paul Kiffin doesn't look too bad as well, mind. He's 5'8", but that's pretty handy. First touch, leadership, passing. What are we thinking? Does that look handy? Jumping reach isn't very good. Flair's not very good, but if he just does the simple things well. Am I being slightly blinded, maybe? See if we can get him on a trial. See if he'll come. He might do, he might not. Nemo Blackwell. Tyreek Springs. Dave McCracken. Nothing there either. Again, we looked at Dave McCracken previously, I think. Nelson Pirry. Kiffin from TNS, who's likely to be decent. That was my thinking. Femi Miller Gray. There's not really anything there, is there? Just end of contract. Just anybody end of contract. No. Jamie Cooper Dunn. Where's he come from? Aldershot. Get him in. Former Liverpool player. Alfie Pinion. Nothing there. It's just the target centre backs. Free transfers. Tyler Edmondson. Formerly of Southampton. And Hartlepool. Rename him Phil for childish memes. Yes, exactly. So there's no midfielder. Yeah, we saw the midfielder. That's fine. There's some strikers to have a look at as well. Kieran Edworthy. Fast, formerly of Plymouth. Sean Keane. Newton Abbey. Formerly of Linfield, obviously, yeah. Of course he is. Jemiah Omalu. I think we go to St Mirren though, and try and get our St Mirren lads back. So Roger Hugel Salmonite's not coming. Cyrus Yagani's not coming. Let's scout him because, as I say, he does work for SI, so he must be good on the game. They wouldn't have made him bad. Yeah. And Kiffin, you're right. If he's at TNS, he's probably going to be decent. Okay, so let's scout him as well. Boateng, Cooper Dunn. Let's scout Humanite, Roger Hugel, Salmonite as well. I'm tempted just to go straight for him. Going, he must be brilliant. He's like, his name alone would suggest he's brilliant. Yeah. There's no way he can't be. If you're called Roger Hugel Salmonite, then you're going to have to be great because you'll have had the piss taken out of you for years. So close. Going in for old RJJ. Going, please. Patrick Roberts is at Peterborough. Andre Dazelle, 29. Harrison Ashby. It's like a Dave Goodger save up in here. Sunderland, let's see what players they've got. They might have some players that we can still loan. Luke Amos, 31. Tyler Morton, 25. Very expensive. Jensen Jones, at your service. Free transfer. Peterborough always seem to know what they're doing, don't they? They always seem to get there. CJ O'Reilly, Dylan Straw. 5'3", acceleration's good, dribbling's good. Is he decent enough? I mean, 5'3", I'm a little bit worried about. Jack Clark, a bit too old now for us. The under 21s, Charlie Daly. Sheffield Wednesday wanted for loan, so he must be half decent. 35. Bright Zenk wanted by 12 clubs. Striker, 6'1". Even Mongolia. 5'3", perfect height for a wide centre back. I think he probably is, yeah. Oh, here we go. Hiroto Watanabe. 6'4". Oh, What? They're not wanting him to go? Boo. Perfect. That's what we're holding out for. Callum Beattie. Who else tends to have a half-decent squad up here? Let's have a look at Middlesbrough again. Where's relatively close to Oxford? Like, who's the sort of the bigger clubs around there that might not necessarily be their rivals, but might be able to like sort of be like, hey, you know what? We can loan you a player. Arsenal, yeah. Reading, maybe. Myers Smith. What about Forest Green? MK Dons. They're a real club? They're made up. They're made up, aren't they? Surely. They're clearly not real. Bristol. Bristol's a shout. Jay Matthews. I get the impression that if we can score a lot of goals and we get a lot of pace in the team, then we'll be fine. I think if we don't do that, we're going to struggle. You know, it's that whole thing in it. Once you're in this division, pace is key, right? So I might have to do a bit of that. I have to do a bit of like, hey, let's get some pace down the line, down the wings. He looks very good actually. He looks very, very too good actually. Mark McCaffrey also looks decent. So let him go. Watford. No, he's not real. Anyone north of London or east of Bristol? That's reasonable. I love these streams where we don't get anywhere. We just sorry, we just sit and we just go through them and it's like, oh, how about this? How about this? Like, nah, we're nowhere. No one at all. It's not happening. Like, just nothing happens. Nothing moves. Right, hang on. So let's wait for some players to get released. Let's see if there's anything that's going to jump out from this. Adam Larson, on loan from Blackburn, right? That's why we don't be able to get him. You can view the loan list itself. Yeah, that's not a bad shot. I think we've got that sort of lined up, so we'll have a little look there as well. And the transfer list obviously as well, because as we've already said, Jordan, I have to now go and sort of step back a little bit on some principles and be like, right, we're no longer going to be going with the who had the most progressive passes this season. It's now going to be like, right, we just need to get some wins under our belt. We need to start looking to move. How are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? So that's essentially where we are at this point. Sean Hogan, James Westwood. There's no one that we know anything about just yet on the loan list. Might be worth waiting a few days until it ticks over. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. So, I mean, look, he doesn't look too bad, I know you aren't sure about him, but Finn Cousin, am I just dazzled by Green at this point? Right. Released by Bradford. Maybe a good sort of right back, is he possibly? 3 goals for Bradford in 46 games. He's not the worst player. Finn's cousin Dawson, yeah. We can't afford to pay for Duffy. We'll have to just cancel it. There must be a different way to get him in, surely. So 9 days till we play Ilkeston. Scolari, I'm currently in the Scottish Premier League with Kilmarnock. It isn't going well. No senior affiliate yet, Jordan. No, we probably won't get one of those until another season in. Obviously, having only just signed, we won't be able to get one, and there wasn't one when we turned up, sadly, either. So that's going to be a bit of a shame. So that's not happening. So Katskuyunka has left Huddersfield. He's available for free again. 450 quid. 6.68 last season on loan. You could argue the fact that he was in a central back pairing that meant that they got relegated. Not ideal. Rosiak. Man's got 2 for finishing. He is a centre half though, so I'll let him off for that. He's got 12 for heading, but he's only got 10 for jumping reach. His markings are 12. His positioning's a 9. That's not great, to be honest. Brian Galvin, unfortunately, can't come back. Would have liked him. Daniel Davis is going to come back. Reece Russell-Denny is coming off the shortlist. Why? Is it because they're not going to let him go? That's probably why. Frankie Maguire is out of contract. Could be a leading Sky Bet League 2 player. Well, I guess we have to keep him for now because we don't have any other options right now. Priestley Farquharson, what a name. Priestley Farquharson. Centre back, 31, 6'3", can play all kinds of places. Oxford have missed out on a deal for O'Sheen Smith. Dungannon and Oxford. 28. Abdul Salim has left. He doesn't look like he's good enough, actually, to be honest. Billy Phillips is out of contract, but we said they were going to move him to the Premier League, into the first team, didn't we? So 14 for finishing, 12 for flair. His off the ball's only 8, so we'll see what happens there. Oxford have released 10 players. Ronnie Nelson's gone. I mean, this seems very much like we haven't been here long enough to stop any of this happening, but it's fine. Charlie Fisher's gone. He doesn't look that great either. Ryan Ford doesn't look that good. Jean-Pierre Fofana is Scottish. I'm not sure that's him, to be honest. Fraser Solly, Dylan Corcoran, fine. Staff's contracts are set to expire. Youth contracts, loan players have returned. Now we start looking at players to bring in. Let's have a quick look at the squad because everyone's left. So what is left is now a whole bunch of try lists. Fine. That's what we expect. Josh Gordon from Tranmere. Good jumping reach. Not great heading. Avoids using his weaker foot. Does not dive into tackles. Poor technique. Fairly inconsistent. 36th in League 2 with key headers. 90th for headers won. 123rd for clearances. Not convinced. Ben Close, no. Charlie Stainland. 5'5". You're going to have to be much better than that. 34th for pass completion. 67th for passes completed. Dreads the big games. Nope, no good. Peter Rake. Centre back with jumpy reach of 2. Nope. James Pradich. Goalkeeper. Handling of 7. Lewis Richards from Barrow, probably a little bit too old now actually. At 26. Dreads playing in the big games. What is it with these players who hate the big games? Finley Armstrong, fullback. Left back. Again, another Barrow player. Marking, positioning, tackling's reasonable. Jumping reach is fairly decent. 25. Let's have a little look. He's free, isn't he? Kamari, Samson, Swire. I'm not getting the vibes. Joe Randall's 28. Oliver Casey. See, we've got Oliver Casey here on trial already. He's the one that I think can play in League One, isn't it? How much does he want? Star player. Don't be asking for the mega bucks. 1.9. 27 years old. $1.5. Dives into tackles is a bit worrying though. George Shelby. Kiri Pierre. 6'2" from Bristol. Wickham player. Lack of determination can hinder him. Doesn't feel comfortable playing in big matches. Inconsistent performer. Definitely a player to sign. Yep, 100% agree. Jar Jar Linton. Bruce Webb. Bruce Webb looks handy. Wanted by 11 clubs. Where's he come from? Playing in the Championship last season. Could do with being taught how to be an effective aerial presence. Needs to work on being consistent. He's left Millwall. '25th for shots per 90 minutes, 3.68. I mean, he looks pretty handy for this division, doesn't he? First touch is good, free kick taking of 13, leadership of 15, teamwork, vision, comes deep to get the ball, likes the ball played to feet. Let's get him in, but I think he could be an option. Jordan Jones, 5'10". Gonna have to be better than that Jordan Jones. I'm not even looking at the rest of you. Luke Pearson, could be a Championship player. Definitely one of the better ones we've seen. Definitely. This guy wanted by 47 clubs. Basically wanted by everybody. He can play right midfield or right back. I think this guy's a guy as well, isn't it? Formerly of Arsenal. Yeah, he needs to be coming in as well. Right, so those last two then. Those last two, we want to kind of get them in on board, don't we, quickly? Webb and Pearson, they're sort of people that we think should be handy. Was that one for tackling? Let's have a look. We'll have a little peek, shall we? Bruce Webb as a false 9. Star player, 100% they think we should be going for him. Potential to be a Championship level player. Right, so I guess we chuck all kinds of money at this fella. He's essentially our Joe Duffy. Let the player use him as a stepping stone. Yeah, absolutely. Do what you want. Minimum fee 1.8 million, 1.4 million if we don't get promoted, and we've got him down to $1,000. Pearson, inverted winger. His tackling is 1. So yeah, we'll play him slightly more up front, up in the midfield, I'm guessing. Play him out wide. Acceleration 14, dribbling 13. What do we think? Is he... 47 clubs after pace, and regardless of his tackling, there's got to be something about him. It's a fair point, isn't it? That's a fair point. If we play him as a midfielder, though, will marking of one be an issue? And again, he might not come. Finley Armstrong as well. Are we favourites to win the league? No, we're about 6th at the minute, I think. They're expecting us to finish 6th. And what about this guy? What about Finley Armstrong? What do we think? Compare ourselves to Callum McDonald. McDonald's potentially a bit better, isn't it, really? Marking shouldn't be an issue for an attacking midfielder. Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. I changed the water to Stella. What, tonight? Oh, yeah. But I'm still off the booze. That's the problem. So it makes it a bit tricky, really. I still like this guy. I still like Ogbeta. There's something about him, isn't there? Jensen Jones as well, of Sunderland. I think there's potentially something about him also. The fact he can play all across the back is what's exciting me. This lad's in from Liverpool, so he might be, again, passing's good, work rate's good, positioning, teamwork, technique. If we can just get these players in that are kind of good enough for us, then we can just nudge our way up to the next league. That's what we need. That's what we need, right? Just nudge our way through. The most important thing, though, is that we're about to unveil Bailey Cadamarteri at Oxford. That's the big one. I can't believe we've got him for free. Like, if you weren't in the stream previously over the last few weeks, okay, we've had Bailey Cadamarteri on loan at Linfield in Northern Ireland. He scored 43 goals in 43 games last season when he was on loan from Sheffield Wednesday. We've left Linfield. We've come to Oxford. And he's just signed on a free transfer. So we're currently spending 22 grand and we've got 28 grand worth of budget. So we've got some money to play around with, actually. So we're not going to chuck it all out straight away. Other teams are starting to put money in for Pearson, so we might have to bump that up a smidge. Bolton and Cardiff are in for Webb. Right, so we're going to probably lose him, I reckon. Nudge up a smidge, though, but 43 goals in 44 games and no penalties. Yeah, he kept missing them. He was shit at penalties. It was so bad. That was the problem. He was dreadful at penalties. Dreadful. All the goals were from open play. Hemel Hempstead are interested. Jamie Cooper done. What do we think? From Aldershot. Leading League 2 player. Not convinced. Can always move transfer budget to wages. Yes, exactly. What's happening to Cameron Brannigan? Is he the reason Oxford have fallen? Was death. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Appreciate the follow. Let's have a look at Cameron Brannigan. Well, he's at Sunderland, so I don't know if that's the problem. He's been at Stoke as well, so Johnny Sins will get you. Welcome in. Appreciate the follow as well. So yeah, I can't say we can blame Cameron completely. I don't think. Finn Cousin Dawson, we're not convinced about, but he might be. I don't know. He might be all right. You know, clubs release players in England. There we go. Now it's time to go and have a little look. Okay. See who we can get coming out of this now. Some players, of course, from Northern Ireland. They're going to be coming out of contract. Kieran Evans. Oh. Kieran Evans. Transfers. Released players. Now this is going to be incredibly long, so apologies for this. Casemiro to Oxford. Done deal, mate. Done deal. It's already sorted. Like, that's the reason that we're here, right? Everyone knows that. Granit Xhaka's retired, so he's not coming, sadly. Will it show up as June players? Or do I have to click it into the next day? Might have to click it to the next day, mightn't I? Because this is all Chris Wood, Lucadinha, Bardia, Raul Jimenez. Obviously none of these players are going to be coming, so we're just trying to have a look. The second we see sort of like 36-year-old Casemiro's probably not coming. Thomas Delaney, 36. Ben Davies at West Ham. So anyone that's got Premier League experience or a Premier League club will have a little nosy at, or maybe even if they're in the Championship, possibly. It's not. Joe Nuttall, 31 years old. He's a bit older than what we'd look at, isn't he? I feel like maybe we can have a smidge though. See what it is. Katie Gordon's maybe a hot prospect at Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, in what year though? That's the thing. We're now in 2028, and if he's a hot prospect, he's probably been sold, so he's probably already been off somewhere else. No monocle. No, that's the thing. If it hasn't got a monocle, then it's not good enough, is it? So I guess that's also part of the issue with a save like this, Owen. Is we get to the point now where we're like, oh, you know, maybe these players are starting to become players. Miles Pert-Harris, formerly of Oxford, so we can maybe see if we can bring it back. See where he's at. Dan Pybus, he was mentioned before, 30 years old. I'm aware this is just literally like going through a released list of just like, oh, you know, what's the crack? Who was on the list, was he? Let's have a look then. Katie Gordon. Actually, he looks fairly fine, although he is also interesting Burnley, Sheffield United and Watford. So, and he's not interested in us. So that explains that. That was easy. Will Dennis. Preusbeck. Just playing pro clubs with a mate, won 3-2. He shouts at the end and I got the abuse. Oh, so he was shithousing you and you got abused. That doesn't sound right. You should be applauding him for shithousing and going like, well played, that's excellent, because I would have done exactly the same thing. You know, Nick Pope's released by Newcastle. I feel bad even considering looking at Newcastle players. Jordan Wills, 33. Oh, he was shithousing the other team. Okay. Max Clark, 32. It's too old. We have to buy younger players as well, by the way, just in case you look at it going, these guys look good. Go, yeah, they do, but unfortunately the club want us to sign younger players, so it's one of those ones where we may have to be slightly biased in terms of the players that we look at. Shithousing Knutsford is basically when you basically look to try and kill the game. So like how Simeone does with Atletico Madrid, you slow the game down, you play for time, you pretend for injuries, you run the ball in the corner, you just do everything to kill the game off, make the game difficult for your opponents. Low block, you don't attack, you just literally soak up the pressure. Yeah, it's called shithousing over here, but I'm sure it has a different name everywhere else in the world. But yeah, that's the term that we use over here. So if you can grind that out, N1, yeah. So if you can grind the victory out, that's what everyone wants to do. So Agben Tomooma, again another former Sheffield Wednesday player. Let's have a little nosy. Also, the problem with this thing is that it keeps flicking back up. So you'll scroll through it, you'll get to like a reasonable level, you'll click on a player, you'll look at me like, I'm not really the sort of player that I want. And then by the time when you click back on it, it fires all the way back up to the top. So you got to scroll back through it again. So yeah, we got here, didn't we? Ryan Barnett, I think it was, 28 years old. He's probably a little bit too old, but I wonder if we can. Sam Hart, 31, definitely too old. It'll be Dogger. What is Dog? Oh, dog shit. Oh, yeah. I love that. I'm gonna say, what does that mean? What does that mean? I thought it was the list that was bugged out. I was like, no, I think it's all of our lists. I think it certainly appears that way anyway. He looks pretty decent as a goalkeeper, doesn't he? 6'5" as well. I know we said we weren't looking at a new goalkeeper, but if one comes up like that, then I think we probably should have a look at him. So I think we go for a couple of permanent signings, and the rest is just going to be fill them with loans, because then if we get the loan players in, then they're going to be better players, aren't they? Try and get those players in, not spend some money, keep the money for when we come up, if we come up. Elijah Morgan, Carl Barton, Archie Chaplin. Nah. Not for us. Listed. What about transfer listed? Connor Teal. What's Connor Teal saying? Nah. Also, because we play with attribute masking on, we won't know how good these players are as well, so we have to trust our scouts, trust our instincts, sometimes just trust guesswork. Just go, oh, that name sounds about right, maybe that'll do. Dan Allardyce, does that sound like a name that's going to work? Allardyce, possibly. We can obviously see where we get to with regards to new signings, but right, he doesn't want to come, that's fine. Joe Nuttall's coming on trial. Trust desperation. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes desperation works, sometimes it doesn't. It's all just, part of the process, right? Trust the process. That's what we've got to do. Trust desperation, trust the process. Just, trust yourselves, trust one another. Just see where we end up. Might work, it might not. Boston, Chester and Halifax won Josh Gordon. Whereabouts are they then? Are they above us? League North. Mansfield, Cooper Dunner in for Brain. Halifax to signed Gordon, there we go. Right. Dundalk have signed Brandon Kavanagh. Mark Richards is going on loan, that's fine. in the Sheffield Wednesday Challenge. I don't want to say I'm going to win the league, but DJ Pedro is from Yorkshire. Is he really? Is he really? Where's he from? Where's DJ Pedro from? He's from Hull. Incredible. I like that. I like that a lot. Got a lot of time for that. Well spotted, Barton. You get extra points for finding DJ Pedro. Torquay have approached for Luke Pearson as well. So these players haven't turned us down just yet, but they are thinking about it. Scout those players. Ilkeston play a 4-2-3-1 in this. Do we, as I said, we haven't fully worked out our systems yet. Might be a 4-4-2. Might be a 4-2-3-1. Might be 3-5-2. Who knows? Is cycling big in the UK? In a sense, probably not. Excuse me, probably not as popular as it is in other parts of the world. Due to actually having some sort of cycle tracks and stuff, and I'm guessing less cars than what we have on the roads, because we do love cars around here, and we do think that motorists are the best people in the world, apparently. So if you ride a bike, then it's a bit of an issue around here. I like Ogbetta. He's 27. Is that too old? Started the community challenge tonight. I saw that, actually. I did see. Razio, yes, I appreciate that you're doing it. 4 games in the season, and Josh Windass is out for 3 months. Oh dear. That's not good. That's not good. Too wet for cycling. It's too orangey for crows. It's too wet for cycling, mate. All right. Finley Armstrong's probably not good. Also, drive on the left. We do. Yeah. There's no too old. You'll have to move on in a couple of years. There is that. I'm thinking more about the is it too old in terms of our strategy at the club? Like, will he want to come in? Important player. Will he be actually, you know what? Yeah. Be the important player. Come and put pressure on that current right back. $2,000. Right. Here's the question. Here's the question. We have to compare him now, don't we? Is he better than our current left back? How much better than our current left back is he? Who is our current left back? Callum McDonald. There we go. 6'2", 5'11", 12 stone, 11 stone. Better technically, quicker, better vision, but not as good in the air, not as good attacking, not as good defending. We're both physical, so that's good. He seems to have better technical stats. Attributes. The ball will be upset by too many old players. Yeah, exactly. Better mental stats, attributes for McDonald. There's not a lot between them, to be honest. That's what I'm thinking. There's not much between them for 2K. Nah. It was nice. You know, not for 2K. We're walking away from that. He's not worth it. He's not worth that kind of money. Made him on Danny Preston today. Fine. Don't know who he is, so let him go. Doesn't look like he's good enough anyway at this point. Jordan McMullen. Actually, there was a player from Dorking. Sure there was. Osman Foyo, 4'11". Oh yeah, we know about that. That's the guy who, apparently the reason behind that was it's a Norwich issue. They the data wasn't submitted properly, and they just signed off on it. Went, yeah, it's that. Charlie O'Connell, is that him? No, it's not. There was somebody there that was at Dorking. Can anyone remember? They were like, oh, Dorking's got a player there that we quite like. Or we were sort of looking at them in the chat, maybe. Can't remember. They clearly don't sell anybody, do they? Oh well, never mind. Scare everyone else all those demands. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then he'll be sat there with no club, and somehow that'll be my fault. Marley Boyce. Southport after, I'm not convinced. Evening Pilgrim, how are you, pal? Welcome in. Hope life's treating you good. How's your evening been, man? I don't understand how, like, I've reset all my cameras and stuff, right? And like now, I'm back in the position where I'm facing the wrong side of the screen again. I don't get it. Hello, Raul. Welcome in. Exactly. He's not gonna still be wanting that kind of wage when he hasn't been working for a few months. So we'll see how he gets on. All good, all very, very good. Thank you, Raul. How about yourself? How is life treating you? Hope you're well. Pleasure to see you. We haven't seen you for a while. Cyrus looks handy. This is starting to get there. First touch of 15. Passing of 12. Work rate of 14. Technique. His vision's not particularly good, mind, but 6'2", he could maybe do a job. Although Kiffin apparently is the guy. Thought I'd pop in and see how life worked out at Oxford. I mean, well, we're just getting into it. We're slowly having a bit of a nosy around, see what we can come up with. Must be Carrieo. Roger Hugo Salmonite. Position is only 8. Is it a thing? Not sure. Trying to lose weight this year. Hopefully it works. It will work, Ral. It will work. You just have to pick a reason, pick a target that's not too out there. Get a small victory, then move up a little bit, then move up again, then move up again. That's all you got to do. Just keep chipping away at it. And if you don't get there, it's fine. Go back again. Don't throw yourself off the wagon and be like, right, oh, I didn't drop weight this month or this week. And don't keep looking at the scales every single day and being like, oh, where's the weight going? Because if you look at the scales every single day, it doesn't work. Right? Doesn't work. But I'm sure you can do it. We believe in you. We believe in you. Is Kiffin worth paying for? Good first touch, good composure, leadership, passing's decent. 700 quid wages? He's just played in the Champions League. Where would you play this guy? DM or right back? Don't know, Toby. We don't have links on, I'm afraid. DM? Maybe. Just going to take a guess. I can't see. Yeah, DM. Fitness and stamina last all season. 750 quid. Let's pay it. Let's go back to St Mirren as well. our boys back in. I've been told transfer listed at 100 grand. Do you reckon he'll do you reckon they'll let us have him for free? And then what about old Chevron? Chevron wanted by Sheffield Wednesday. Let's not pay his wages. Let's get you in there. I think we're still lacking another striker, aren't we? At the minute, a centre half. So Kiffin is an option. Teddy Rowe, Buxton, decent mentals from a Villa player. Webb's gone to Cardiff. Never mind. Is he available for loan? That's the question. He is. Can we see about maybe getting him without paying any of his wages? Can't imagine that's going to happen. Marley Boyce has turned down Southport. Oliver Casey has joined. Says a centre half in. He is 27, but we can do that. Is Daniel Fitzpatrick in the database? We will have a look. 1 year contracts for players over 32. Club want us to. The fans want us to develop players from the young system, as do the clubs. Do not sign players over 28. Preferably sign players under 23. Okay. Daniel Fitzpatrick. No, it doesn't look like it, Pilgrim. No. I'm afraid not. There we go. They're happy about that. Right, so let's put him straight in then. So Casey goes in place of Roscoe for now. Hurahan can go on the bench because he's a right back. Granger can go on the bench then because he's back up. Mitov can go there. Farquharson's not great, but we'll be fine for now. Brings the ball out of defence, doesn't dive into tackles. Is he a ball player? Right, I'm going to put it. I'm going to take this. Take fewer risks, okay? Don't want him sort of easing off tackles. Okay, I want this guy as a ball player. Okay, ball player and defend. Full back, wing back. Is he a wing back or is he a full back? He's a wing back. Full back on support, wing back on defend. Full back on support. Donald wing back on defend. Just see him at Fleetwood, 21-38. Nice. Sorry, I'm just coughing a second there. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, this chest infection is not moving. Anyway. I'll tell you what, look at this. Bailey Calamari's going in though, isn't he? He's going straight in. A striker we need. Do we play Whedon there? He's 6'5". Craig Charles, 18 years old. He's only 5'10". Lawrence. Frank Marmalade could get in there. Sackman, Camber. I think they've literally just moved everybody up, haven't they, from the reserves. We could put Bangura there. Actually, could he play as a playmaker? He can play as a DLF. Let's try that. You go in the right position. Yeah, let's put him there. So he goes DLF there. Cadamarchi goes Poacher there. Colville's going to get up the... Poacher's his preferred role, is it? Looks like playmakers is preferred. Certainly his better role. Wants to leave during the club being relegated. Attacking midfielder. So we could play him as a link. We could have, to be honest, we could have that. Oh, Bailey's a Poacher. Yeah. Bailey's our Poacher. Absolutely. We could have him there as that. And then Maguire. Morgan Whittaker could be an option up front if we can afford him. Okay. Let's think about that then. Segundo and Mazzala. And a ball winner. I guess he can be the Segundo and he can be the ball winner and defend. Right. RJJ, unfortunately, isn't loanable. He's just left. And I think he wants too much money. I think he wants like $7,000. Although he is free again. Does he even want to come to us? Does he want to come? How much is it going to cost? How much do we need? 5. We can only give him 2. It's not happening. Oh dear. We tried. We thought we'd have a go. We need someone to play there. You know what? Let's put Wheeler in there now. Right. He is a big lad. Give him a trial. I think we can give him a trial and see if that helps get him in. Because that sort of resets them, doesn't it, a little bit? Doesn't it? Yeah. Sort of like tricking the AI, isn't it? To be like, oh, well, you know, no one really, or gaslighting them, like, oh, no one really liked you, did they? You know, no one really wanted you, so why don't you just come and hang out again? Actually, you know what? Let's put Craig Charles in there. Play him up front as a 4-4-2. Do it that way. And that was a Carrier, wasn't it? And there's a Mazzala. He's the Mazzala and he's the... They're both Mazzalas. Right, let's try that. It's only a friendly, isn't it? Give it a go. See what they think. And hey, at least we've played a match tonight. So like in the last 2 streams that we've played, this will be our second game we've played. See what Ilkeston are made out of. Obviously, you're all brand new to us managing Oxford. Oxford are in yellow with blue sleeves. Ilkeston are in the red and white stripes. We're keeping our eyes peeled on how our lot play. No, positive 442. There's Long. Maguire up over the top. There's Rogie. Oh, making himself known. Rogie there. Cuts inside. Maguire. Appiah force and wins a corner, I think. We need to do our set pieces. Remember that. We need to do our set pieces going forward. Heads away. McDonald gives it away. Oh, played to nobody for the throw-in. Good. I might try and experiment with short throw-ins as well, actually. Maybe that's the thing I'll try and work out on the game, because I don't think many people do it, do they? Everyone still focuses on the long throw, but I wonder if there's a way around short throws. Rogie with a drive and run. Puts the brakes on, pulls it back to Forson. And Bailey with a header. And Cadamartri there. Everything's going through Rogie at the minute. He's away again. Inside Maguire. Gary Charles. Bailey, Cadamartri. He just needs that one chance. There's only 7 minutes played so far. Obviously a lot can change. And once we get to like minute 15 or something. Second they have an attack. Oh, Charles, defenders backed off. Charles pulls it in. Bailey Cadamartri wins a penalty. It's soft, it's really soft. Who's taking it? Maguire steps up. Bottom corner. 1-0. We tend not to watch. Yeah, I was going to say we tend not to watch the pre-season. We do actually. We watch all the pre-season games, don't we? Usually because we've changed club, so we have to try and work out what the formation looks like. Oh, it's Rogie through. Oh. Oh, did we miss it? That's what she said. Well played, Rogie. Corner kick comes in, headed away. Cadamartri, McDonald. So back in, Cadamartri. I'm ecstatic we've got Cadamartri. Such an amazing signing. It's soft, it's really soft. That is a definite, that's what she said. Appiah force. And again, remember, we've got some players who are upset due to the relegation as well, so they might want to move. So the transfer window is going to be a long one. Balls to the top. Cadamartri with a header. I'm wondering how long before Cadamartri gets his first hat-trick. As we pointed out before, 43 goals in Northern Ireland last season, not a single penalty, all from open play. Here's Gary Charles off the underside of the bar. Brilliant effort. 26 minutes in. Oh, we do have a goalkeeper. There you go. Remember him? Old Mitoff. McDonald launches it. Oh, Colville gets it. Here's McDonald again. Up over the lines. Gary Charles is through. Gary Charles has missed. Dreadful miss. You go through that. You should really be burying it, shouldn't you? Should be. Corner kick to Ilston. Weren't expecting this. Heads away. Cunningham deflected corner kick. Come on, Oxford. This is not what we want. We don't want to be letting the Ilkston back into it, do we? Not at this stage of the evening, anyway. expect better. Okay, so what are we thinking so far? We've seen, I know it's difficult to tell against a team like Ilkeston, but they seem to be on the ascendancy at this point. But up until this point, I think we've looked pretty decent going forward. I think we definitely still need another striker though, don't we? Because even at this level, I don't think Gary Charles looks like he's the finished article, or even ready to be the guy that's leading the line. I think Bailey needs a bit of experience with him. Certainly a bigger player as well to work off, so that's going to be our key as we go through the rest of the pre-season. I've not even got Hewlin on the bench. What I have got though, I haven't even got that other big striker either, the big winger I should say, sorry. Which is fine. Let's see what. Where's Charles fancy? Charles only really plays up front, doesn't he? Pressing forward on defend. Let's try that. I do love a pressing forward on defend. I think it's a really bizarre role, but it seems like it works well in this match engine. Wait for RJJ to replace Jones. Rogi's been excellent. Rogi has been superb, to be honest. He really has. I'm not going to put Ogbetter in because he thought about getting himself a match. Let's put Jones in, have a little look at him because he's still available on a free, and I'm interested to see what he can do. Pearson, we want to sign him, so let's see if he fancies a little game. Sackman is one of ours, and you know what? Let's have a look at Marmalade as well. I think Maguire's been having a good game, as has Appiah, but let's have a little look at him and see what we can get. Actually, you know what? Let's keep Maguire on. We'll do that. There we go. So yeah, a couple of changes at half time. Have a look at a few players, see if they're the right ones. Pearson, again, we got him on trial. We hope to sign him, but I think we've given him some game time. Great ball by Rogi, and it's Bailey Cadamartri just goes wide back. No, it's a corner actually. Keep got a hand to it. Turned it out that way. I mean, if we get RJJ though, imagine that. RJJ and Bailey Cadamartri in this division. Oof. Be odd. On fire. Everything has gone through Rogi though, hasn't it? He's making himself known. Pearson down the wing. Who we think more as a winger than a fullback. So might give Rogi a little rest. There's Maguire. Head up. Nope. Try and whip some crosses in actually. See how that works. It does work. It does. It's taken 49 minutes for Bailey Cadamartri to get his first goal in Oxford colours. And the assist from Pearson. Cuts back on his left foot. Good ball in. Cadamartri, back post, header. 2-0. I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. Pearson puts it in. Oh, Corval, I think they end up hitting one of our own players actually. Charles needs a bit of a G up, I think. 6.5. Don't have any other striking options on the bench, so just give him a little bit of encouragement. Like, come on, it's alright, you know. It's not the end of the world. It's a friendly, don't worry. Bailey's dad was a decent player. He was alright, wasn't he? And Danny Cadamartri. Nowhere near as good as Bailey by the looks of it though. Bailey's the man. Charles is just running into all kinds of trouble, isn't he? He's not having a good day today. I think he's a bit stressed. Let's make a change then. Let's put Have It Hard on. And then let's also look for someone who can play left wing. Better's going to have to go on, isn't he? Let's keep Colville on there. He can be fine. He can keep going. It's 2-0. 20 shots, 8 on targets. Not many on target, to be honest. 64% possession. We do need to learn how to kill teams off. Is what we do. But that'll come once we get our second forward in. I think Colville's been fairly anonymous. Rogi's done well. In fact, to be honest, our left-hand side's been fairly anonymous. We've gone down the right most of the time. So we're not really inviting much down there. Which would be interesting. It's interesting because we've got the that's just slightly more defensive, isn't it, with the fullback. I still think there's a winger on attack though, so there's an option. Plus, Mensah was running into that. Fossum was running into that space because he's a Mazzala as well. So there should theoretically be some movement down there, but I'm saying here now, Maguire, Callum Archery. 3-0. We were asking when he's going to get his first hat-trick. He's got 4 minutes. He's got 4 minutes left to do it. Lovely ball by Maguire. Callum Archery just pulls out the back of his man. Nods the header down. 3-0. That'll do. That'll do for a first run out. Got a testimonial against Burnley next, so that'll be a sterner test. Can't complain. Pretty decent run out. 63% possession as well. That's what you want, isn't it? Get the dirty work done. Now we need to find a striker. And I think another centre back and left winger. Cooper Dunn's gone to Hemel Hempstead. Yeah, I don't think we've missed out on a bad player there. I think that's fine. Let him go. Let him go there. Let's have a look at our shortlist, actually. Hiram Boateng, 32. We can't get him. Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark is apparently very good and free on trial at East Leigh. Formerly of Crystal Palace. Okay, let's wait and see what happens there. Kieran King, 6'8" at 18. Right, even if he's not any good, he's 6'8". Get him in. Instant signing straight away, just like don't even look at anything else, just like yeah, you're coming in, pal. You are coming in. George McLaughlin, 18. Dan Davies, 23, 6'2". Left back again. Don't really need left back. Frankie Ward, 5'7". I mean, it's a shame, Frankie, but set piece weapon, and it just get the ball to him. They don't want Larson going there again, which is a shame. Kevin Minton, 6 foot, 18 years old, wanted by 12 clubs. Norwich, Championship clubs, formerly of Arsenal. I mean, Rogi did well at right back, didn't he? At right midfield. It feels a shame to consider another player in that position. Matty Kennedy, 33. I mean, he would be perfect, but I don't think we can afford him, unfortunately. No, Preston, 150 grand a week. Preston Watkins, 22 years old. Do we have to just keep going back through the release players, do we reckon? David and Duca, 6'4". Again. 15 jumping reach. Heading's only 8, mind. 6'4" and 21. Let's give him a trial. Anyone who's above 6'5", how much would you like, good sir? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just literally. And just sign here, please. You look incredibly tall, don't you? You look so tall, I can see your talent from outside. No one else we've seen so far. So, what's the alleged director of football saying? Strikers. 5'10", not tall enough. Zakadoom, appreciate the follow. 6'3", 17 from Bristol. In Cotton. Let's have a look and see what you're doing. Andrew Williams from Cardiff, 5'7". Oh, actually. Reluctant to let him go. If your head slaps on the door, then it's a straight away. It's like you sign him straight up. Yeah, exactly. So you, sir, have just made 22, 6'4". Yes, here you come. Lee Chiwome. Again, like, just, you're clearly going to be good enough, aren't you? Leon Chiwome. Never played. 6'4". Will Lancashire, 6 foot. Wanted by Stockport. Formerly of Leicester. Formerly of Arsenal. I mean, I think there's our two strikers, isn't it? And Tottenham. Elliot Warrilow, 6'2", 21. Again, he can play in that midfield as well. Have we just literally stumbled across 3 very, very good options at the back? I think we have, haven't we? Louis Jackson, Scottish player wanted by Hull, so they probably won't get him. Valdet Shaqiri, wanted by Troyes, so we can't get him either. Also wanted by Birmingham, so we probably won't get him. Harry Fieldson, 6'3", formerly of Sunderland. In you come, sir. And let's have one more look for a left midfielder. Aaron James. Regan Blair. Can't stand a player called Regan, can we? Seeing as we look at 6'8" players, reminds me of the old joke here with Peter Crouch and Sven Eriksson. Eriksson walks in the dressing room, massive turd in the middle of the dressing room. Who's the shit on the floor? The boss, he asks, me, boss replies, Crouch, but I'm good in the air. Nice. Elliot Jenks. Jack Morehouse, we've just put a thing on for. Tom McDermott. Ball winner midfielder at Chester. Reasonable. We've got bids in though for players from St Mirren, like Owen Toll. 800 quid. We can pay 100 quid for Owen Toll, can't we? He is 29 though. What do you think? Think we could loan Owen Toll in, 6'3". It's not a permanent silence, so I'm sure the club aren't going to be upset. Minton they're happy about. Warrilow they're like. Chiwome they're like. I think the loan will be alright. Fieldson they're like. Lancashire they're like. I mean, all these players, all of a sudden things are now starting to take shape a smidge. So if we put someone like, for example, Chiwome in there, as a target. Crouch is better on the ground than he was in the air. He was fantastic on the ground. It's the whole archetypal good feet for a big man, wasn't it? He's potentially a championship player. Doesn't feel comfortable playing in big games, can be wayward crosses. Let's try and train that out here, shall we? We're sure we can just about get you worked up there. Lancashire as well, we'll put you in the consideration pile. Who's better? 6 foot. Chiwomi's an AF. We've already got a poacher. 6. Chiwomi is 6'4". Tall people can't jump. They can't. But the jumping reach is what we're after here. So the jumping reach is the same. Heading is not too dissimilar. Chiwomi is finishing slightly better. Lancashire's composure is better though, as is his anticipation. And then again, if he's a poacher, that would make sense. Off the ball again is pretty good as well. But technique better for Chiwomi. To be honest, all the mentals are better for Lancashire. Physically, Chiwomi is better. They are doing different things, though, so I guess that's the what we need to remember, isn't it? They are being asked to do different things. Hewlin's wanted now. I don't think we can get Hewlin. Warrilow. Again, Warrilow does something different as well, doesn't he? These are handy players we're bringing in right now, so to look at. Tyler Edmondson, I don't think he's going to be good enough for us. Let's just get rid of him then. Terminate that trial. Right, lose him. Finley Armstrong is fine. Fieldson could be good. Callum Lindsay, I'm going to cut. I don't think he's good enough. I think potentially wise, he's got good potential. He could play the championship maybe. How much is he going to want though? Passing, teamwork, vision, work rate. Actually, that's pretty much what we need, isn't it? Let's cut Hewlin out. Oh, I just can't do it. I just can't cut his trial down. It's like Hughes. Look, I need you to work it out, mate. I need you to understand why this isn't going to happen. Like, you know, if you can work this out quicker than me telling you, then, like, we're all right, yeah? We'll be good. Jensen Jones, I'm not sure he's actually good enough. I like the idea of it, but I'm not sure if it's good enough. Even Lincoln, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Jacob Mensah again, 27. Pearson. Don't know what's going to happen there. Nervous. Boateng looks for the pass rather than attempting to score. Stays back. Could be handy as a bit of a extra bit of defensive potential. See, Season 9, last fixture they had near draw, securing the first Premier League title of Birmingham history. Nice. Just got to go for it, haven't you? Got to go for it. Keep Highland sweet. Could be handy when it comes to Vanarama South and the Cymru South. Exactly. Play the long game, innit? Got to play the long game with this. I'll try now and balance these out because 3-6, we can't pay 3-6 from, unfortunately. Let's just cancel that for now. Okay. It's a shame. He's a good player, but we'll keep him on the shortlist because he's going to come up again, isn't he? 220 quid for Chevron James. Yes, that's fine. Jay Jones, let's try and get him in for a on trial, yeah. As you say, if he gets to a point where he's got no other options, then we're the only option. That's what you want, innit? That's what you want. Snubs Oxford. I mean, what's happening here? I just don't get it. Toll and James can be coming in potentially. Okay, could be enough. This could be happening. Luke Pearson's gone to West Brom, so again we didn't get Luke Pearson. £800 to get him back in, but it's £800 if we don't play him as well. Jamari Clark's gone to Southend. Heffernan's moved to Merthyr. Kiffin's moved to Oxford. That's cool. Man City under 21s. Yeah, good shout as well. Good shout. So Kiffin's come in. We're paying a few quid on his wages, but he could be handy enough, I think. Could be a League One player, potentially. Dreads big matches. We'll see. We'll see. He's an extra bit of strength. Right, we'll have a few minutes. We'll play the Burnley game. Then we'll go and raid White Callan if he's still on. Let's do Man City when we come back. 4 days to get this one done. We'll play the friendly. That's probably more important, isn't it? Kiffin to be unveiled. I seem happy enough that he's here. Obviously, we don't want to be doing what we did at Portadown and having like 42,000 players come in. So far, 3. That's fine. Right, 3 seems okay so far. Ben Davies has gone to Dundee United. Hey, we got some money for that though. That's pretty good. It's pretty handy. Mura Dekane. No, as well. It's always nice to have you in. It was a nice chill out stream, wasn't it? It's just handy, just chilling out, playing admin manager. Told rejected the move. I mean, mate, we were pals, right? I thought we were pals. Apparently not. Okay. In a sense, though, this is good because we don't want to just falling into our laps, like just always getting the players that we want. We want these players to sort of like, we kind of want to earn it, right? Yeah. Shawomne's got 5 goals in the reserves, so there's a man that wants to play, right? Where's Tri-Hume? Actually, Tri-Hume's not a bad shout. No, out of contract till next year. He's a good player, man. Sam Long's testimonial. Right, I feel bad that Sam Long is potentially going to have a testimonial where he loses, but it's one of those things, isn't it? It's probably going to happen. Let's see what he wants. 1-3. Really? Okay, in you come, Leon Shawomne. Shawom. Crew, Mansfield and Tranmere. Of course it's not going to be as easy as that, is it? It's never going to be as easy as that. Kieran King's has joined us, has he? Yes. 6'8", 18-year-old centre half. Right. I'm just going to put this into the Discord. I mean, as far as 6'8" centre backs go, he's probably one of the best, right? Surely. And he's only 18 as well. The big lad's in. Imagine if he grows. Imagine if he grows to 7 foot tall. Like, then what? Do you know what I mean? I think we have to have a tactic where he just comes on in the last few minutes. Chevron James has turned us down as well. Okay. Fair enough. So we'll do set pieces and all that like later on for the league. But tonight we're just going to get these things done here. So Kiffin's in. Elliot Wheeler, wasn't he? He was the big 6 foot lad, yeah. 6'5". That's what we're going to have a little look at him. See what he can do. Bangura's just about coming back as well. Train the big lad as a striker. Okay. Maybe. That could be a thing. That would be interesting, actually. Okay, let's have a think about that. Let's have a think. It's maybe not the worst idea. Post-relegation rebuilds aren't as easy as it sounds. No, they're not. They're not. And you know what? I'm glad they're not. As I say, it might sound silly. I'm glad they're not easy, because I would hate for us to just turn up, do what we do, and be like, oh, there you go, we're getting promoted again now, because that'd be boring. It'd be really boring, wouldn't it? You know, just being like, all right, we'll just turn up and we'll get promoted. Easy. That'd be shite. We don't want that. I want to sort of see what we can do. I want to see where our team goes, like what we can do with ourselves. Like, not because morale is through the floor relegation. Exactly, yeah. It's meant to be difficult. It's not meant to be easy. That's the thing. If the game was meant to be easy, then I think some of us wouldn't actually play. I think some of us would stop. Jack Diamond. That's not Jack Diamond from... That is Jack Diamond from Sunderland. Is he on trial with us? He's not going to sign for us, surely. No. Don't understand how that's happened, but never mind. Oh, it's because it's a testimonial match. That's why. That's why he can play, because it's a testimonial. Just in case you're interested, by the way, Maurizio Pochettino is the Burnley manager. Just putting it out there. Okay? Just putting it out there. That's right. I saw Jack Diamond's name and I was like, that makes sense. Coffee beans, milk, then water, or coffee, water, then milk. Ooh. Okay, this is a very, very quick one. Let's get this done. Let's work out how we do it. Start a poll. New poll. Coffee making. So is it beans? Let's get this done. Beans, milk, water, or beans, water, milk. Okay. Very quick. 2-minute poll, I think, for this one. Let's go. Yes. Oh, it doesn't count. Doesn't count. It's going to be an interesting one. I reckon, George, I think that water and milk will win. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what I think will win. Personally, if I make an instant coffee, beans, milk, water, but I also only drink black coffee, so I go beans, water. The only time I put milk in last is if it's a coffee place, and I've decided I want a white coffee rather than an Americano. And it's like, coffee's made, then I'll pour the milk in. That's how I do it. But otherwise, for me, it's, I go, if I was to make an instant coffee, beans, milk, water. But I've got a feeling I'm wrong. 1-0 to Burnley, by the way. Milk before water because it stops the water burning the coffee. See? There you go. There you go. Because it gets too hot, that's the problem. Simon Tipple, hello mate, how are you, buddy? Welcome in, welcome in. This is indeed, it's not the save that starred yourself. This was way back when you were at Peterborough. Bolton. You were in Bolton last year. Nick Madden was in Peterborough. Cyrus has turned up in today's save. So, it's a bit handy, isn't it? Hope you're well, though, buddy. Nice to see you in. By the way, everyone, this is Simon. Simon works for SI, so everyone say hello. You can hear my voice getting a bit croaky, Simon, so. How's everyone getting on? Everyone's having fun and taking it back to the studios? It's all nice and busy, isn't it? It's chilled out. We're, at the minute with this one, Simon, we're currently doing the British Steel Challenge. So we've got ourselves properly grinding away. We've literally just moved from Northern Ireland. We've spent 6 seasons there. We're now in season 7. Just started with Oxford. Sorry. Just started with season 7. So we're kind of in a bit of a rebuild right now. But obviously this is the point when you guys all turn up. So it's pretty exciting. We've given away a penalty. So as I said, because it's pre-season, this is a testimonial. So we're not overly fussed about the result, to be honest. It's just all about fitness, isn't it, really? But while you're here, we'll have a quick search and see if you're in this save so far. Because as I said, Cyrus has just turned up at Bolton, which is where we found you last year. I'm sure it was at Bolton. And we signed you for Norwich. You're very good indeed. As I say, we had Madden at Peterborough in 21. Yeah, 21, yeah. But so far, Cyrus doesn't want to come on trial, so it's all fine. We can deal with that. God, Rogie, great ball. Oh, I thought Shawome was going to get his opening goal there. Great ball, mind. Decent header, but he's got to do better, hasn't he? He's got to hit the target at the very least. And we've just offered him a contract of £1,000 a week. I mean, come on, got to be scoring these sorts of goals. So actually, I mean, you know, in reality, right, we're not actually playing too badly here. Okay, we're sitting fairly cautious. We're not really pushing on. We're just sort of using it for. It's all about Sam. Go and make Sam feel happy. It's all about sort of a bit of match fitness for us, really. We're not doing too much crazy here at this point. So let's move that there. Let's make it just a normal central midfielder, and let's not Mazzala him up. Jack Diamond's tiring. You can do 45 minutes, Jack. That's fine. Okay. Move you up there. Move Rogie up as well. Push on a little bit in the at the start of the second half. And maybe Fieldson run out as well. Let's see how he looks as a potentially new centre half. Go for it. There we go. Who's your save with at the minute, Simon? Anyway, are you managing on the game at the minute, or are you all just a bit like, I've seen too much of this. I've seen too much. What was the poll response about? Let's have a look at the how it finished. View results: coffee making, beans, water, milk. There you go. That's how it does. How are you, Pilgrim? Personally, I would have gone beans, milk, water. You're not playing that, mate. To be honest, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You must be sat looking at it day in, day out, being like, I just can't. No more. I understand that. It's like when I was doing comedy, it was like you'd go do gigs and that, and it's like, do you want to go and watch comedy again on the TV or go on a night out and watch some shows? And it's just like, nah, no more, thank you very much. After work, get away from desk. 100%, gotta be done, man. Gotta be done. You know, but yeah, massive shout out to everyone that's at the studios. You put in a hell of a shift, so I appreciate all the work you guys do, of course, for the game. I'm sure everyone in the chat would probably agree as well, to be honest. Try and get exercise in. Yes, get exercise. Make yourself moving. Sat down all day. What a header that is. Callum Doyle. 3-0 down, to be honest, man, but whatever. Who you have to see in March, Barton? Where you are you Sheffield based, I think? I'm sure I'm thinking that. We're coming out on the 28th, says Keely. Did you mention that the other night, Keely? Was it just as we were logging off? Don't you have to be funny to do comedy? To be honest, Nibble, I've seen some comedians who are dreadful and do comedy, but I'm guessing what you mean is me. And yes, I am actually funny. Obviously not here, of course, because it's not what Sam Long scored his testimonial. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed. Russell Howard in Southend. Nice. From Sheffield, but I live in Bedfordshire. That makes sense. Yeah, there's a cracking show in Sheffield, City Hall. I used to do that quite a bit. It's a Friday, Saturday show, which I quite enjoyed doing. Yeah, I've not gigged for a while now, man. I've done 2 gigs in 3 years. Pandemic's changed everything. Kids have changed everything. You know, just gets change of circumstances. But you know, nice to see Sam get his goal and his testimonial, mind. Because that would be funny because he's got a Bristol accent. I mean, to be fair, I've probably seen acts try and just read the phone book and go, "This is my new act." Simon, so you're down in Brighton, a comedian. Oh, mate, that was So that would have been years ago. Years ago. He was, I presume, doing the Football Manager show, rather than just doing the actual Comedia venue itself. There you are. And you fulfill the criteria that we like. 6'3". Right, here we go, Simon. I'll offer you a trial. Okay, we need another centre half. You might be in. Okay, we might have Tipple one more time, because you were great. You were brilliant at Norwich last year. Here's Cyrus, by the way. Yeah, there's Cyrus. Yeah. No, Nickelodeon. No. What's that all about? Pack it in. Right. So there's Cyrus, who I think again is pretty decent. Can't really get him through there. Right. Sorry, let me just close that down. Right. Who else? Is Nick in this year as well? Nick's in. Nick's a Bonnie rig. Again, I love the fact that everyone's big. Everyone's big defenders. So there you go. That's where we are. We're just basically trying to sign the staff at this point. You know, get everyone in. Is Andrew in? I think so, Barton, but I've just decided to get rid of him. Andrew Sinclair is, yeah. He's at Gretna. Okay. See Obadiah Steppenwolf, nice. John Gavin, Liam Farrelly, Billy Kirkwood. I love Billy. Like, if you see him, tell him I say hi. Same as John. Yeah, Billy and I. If ever I tell you a story about when we do tours in Ireland and stuff, when we were there for about a week, that was with Billy, and that was so much fun. So much fun, that tour. Great, loved it. Don't make me say I miss comedy. Please don't make me say I miss comedy, because I suppose deep down I probably do. But this is fun anyway. We get to hang out and we get to make new friends and try new things. And that's where we are at the minute. So let's have a little look around then. So I think we've sort of got to where we need to get to tonight. We still need another striker. We still need another centre half. Might need another winger, maybe, possibly. That could be a thing. I guess we'll find out we won't find out on Sunday, actually, will we? Because we're going to be going and doing, basically we're going to go and do some drafting on Sunday. So that's the thing. Yeah, let's go and get that done. Instead, I think we go and hang out. You know what? Owen's just started. Let's go and see Owen. Go and give him some love. And I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to say appreciate everybody. Is it possible? What was that? Sorry. Is it possible, says Dessert, to have viewers becoming your players in the save? Yeah. So if you get 40,000 challenge points, Desert, then you can redeem them, and I can put you in the game. Okay. That's what we do. We just change players' names over. I'm just going to do another quick check and see if I'm in the game this year. I was previously. I'm not now. That's fine. Not a problem at all. I used to be one of the draft managers, but that's I think they've changed how that works, to be honest. Mate runs the comedy club shows, always get a wee heads up on who's on. Whereabouts, Keeney? Whereabouts? Because I probably know the show as well, actually. Probably know the promoter. But yeah, appreciate you all. Let's go and hang out with Owen. Say hello to him. Send him our love. Appreciate all your support as always. See you on Sunday for some draft action. And I think Oxford are starting to come along all right, to be honest, aren't they, really? So yeah, have a great weekend, folks. Take care. See you all in a bit. I love Jamie, by the way. I love Jamie, and I love that venue in Ayrshire. I fucking love that gig. Right, take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye now.
I've an 8 this year. So I think I'm going to try to cash in that one, because I'm not going to be here for long enough. Hey, there's the big Tony Jameson raid.